WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark had admitted that she is relishing the opportunity to try her hand at a new sport as she prepares to tee off in a pro-am on the LPGA Tour. The Indiana Fever sensation enjoyed a historic maiden professional career, having been selected as the #1 overall pick in the 2024 draft. En route to being named Rookie of the Year, the point guard set 11 new league records, while averaging 19.2 points, a league-high 8.4 assists and 5.7 rebounds per game in the regular season. The Fever's playoff run ran aground at the first hurdle versus the Connecticut Sun in September, with Clark embracing the opportunity for a well-earned break since then. Now, the 22-year-old has expressed her excitement as she prepares to turn her talents to golf ahead of an appearance at the Annika driven by Gainbridge. The former women's college basketball icon opened up on her love of the pastime, as she revealed that she enjoys playing the sport when she has the time. In a press conference before the event, she said, "I've tried to practice as much as I can. I'm just the average golfer. I'm going to hit some good, I'm going to hit some bad. It is what it is. Just going to try not to hit anyone standing outside of the ropes. But it'll be fun. I'm excited for it. I think I'm just excited, honestly. I'm not a professional golfer, so I think just having fun." Part of the attraction of taking part for Clark is the opportunity to play alongside golfing legends Nelly Korda and Annika Sorenstam. She confessed, "Getting to be with two of the best probably ever to play this game, it's super fun and special for me. I'm a fan of both of them and a fan of all the women on this tour. I think it's absolutely incredible. It's special for myself." As for how she will fare at Bel Air, Florida, she said, "I've tried to take as much time as I can to practice, but there is only so much hope. You just cross your fingers, pray. No, I've practiced a little bit. I just had the quote about becoming a professional golfer. Everybody thought I was serious. I was not serious. I love it. I love being outside and making it competitive with my friends. Yeah, that's what's been fun about it. It's challenging, and getting to come here and be around the best and have a good time is what I'm looking forward to." Embracing a new challenge, Clark added, "I remind myself I don't really care what happens. It doesn't really matter. I don't play golf for a living. Just have fun with it. This isn't super serious. Enjoy the experience. There were so many people that would kill to be in my position or in my shoes. The people following outside the ropes would love an opportunity to hit a ball on the first tee or something like that. So just remind yourself how cool this experience is and don't let it pass you by. I think that's anything I do in life. Whatever I get to do and the opportunities I have, soak it in. A lot of people would trade and want to have these opportunities as well." Caitlin Clark's motivations as a basketball player aren't terribly complicated. "I think wanting to be the best," she said Tuesday at the Annika driven by Gainbridge at Pelican. "I don't want anyone to be better than me. In whatever it is. I just want to be better than everybody else. And I think I'm very real with myself, too. Like, I know when I maybe haven't done my best in something, and I'm going to be the first person to look in the mirror and know what I need to get better at. So those two things, that's what helps me." Clark has a long way to go before she'll be the best player in the WNBA, but she's already been the best rookie after averaging 19.2 points, 8.4 assists and 5.7 rebounds this past season, leading the Indiana Fever to the playoffs in the process. After a historic college career and a fantastic debut season in the WNBA, Clark seems poised for superstardom. And she seemingly has the drive to make her ambitions of one day being the best basketball player alive a potential reality. The imminent arrival of Caitlin Clark at this week's LPGA Pro-Am event is sparking a flurry of anticipation among the competitors. Teeing off on Wednesday, November 13th, the event will witness the WNBA superstar gracing the golf course. Clark has taken the world of women's basketball by storm and has emerged as a global sporting sensation in recent times. The point guard had also previously expressed her desire to switch to golf during the basketball offseason, being a passionate fan of the sport. Now, she's getting her opportunity this week, with 3 golfers expressing their joy ahead of Clark's participation. One star even expressed hope that Clark's performance could elevate the status of women's golf, reports the Irish Star. Golf Today and NBC correspondent Kira Dixon interviewed several competitors who couldn't contain their excitement about playing on the same course as Clark, with Andrea Lee and Megan Kong even anticipating requesting a photo or two with the 22-year-old. I ran into Andrea Lee on the putting green and she said, "My time is at 7:10 a.m. so I'm hoping that overlaps well enough that I'll be able to get a picture," Dixon said. And then on the other side of that, Megan Kong said, "My tee time is in the afternoon, there's no shot that I'm gonna be able to catch her in time for a photo." Marina Alex was especially excited because her locker is next to Caitlin's in the locker room. Lilia Vu, who's the defending champion, the first thing she said to me was, "Oh my goodness, so excited that Caitlin's here. She's gonna bring so many eyeballs to this week and to our game in general." Clark's venture onto the course has caused quite a stir as she will compete against women's golf sensation Nelly Korda. Not only will Clark play alongside tournament host and 10-time major winner Annika Sorenstam, but she will also share 9 holes with the 26-year-old Korda. Korda's influence on women's golf has been likened to the significant impact that Clark has had on women's basketball. Korda started the year with 6 wins in her first 8 starts, leading many to wonder if the American could emulate Clark's effect on the LPGA. Clark spoke about her passion for golf and her excitement about participating in the event. "I love golf, so the opportunity to play in the Pro-Am for a tournament with a legend like Annika Sorenstam's name on it is so exciting," she said. Clark's inaugural season with Indiana Fever saw her amass an average of 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, and 5.7 rebounds, statistics that have only elevated her status. Despite the Fever's eventual defeat in the playoffs, it was a memorable season for Clark as the young sensation clinched the title of WNBA Rookie of the Year. Caitlin Clark might have taken the WNBA by storm in her rookie year, but she doesn't appear confident of doing the same on her LPGA debut. On Wednesday, the 22-year-old will play in the Pro-Am of the Annika-driven tournament at Gamebridge, Pelican, lining up alongside the world's leading female golf stars. And the Indiana Fever point guard will be in esteemed company, teeing off with world number 1 Nelly Korda and event organizer Annika Sorenstam, an icon of the sport. Clark was in a relaxed mood as she attended the LPGA Women's Leadership Summit on Tuesday, despite revealing her primary fear about being involved. "I'm strong, and I can hit it. It just doesn't usually go straight," she admitted, when asked about her game. "I mean, sometimes it goes straight, but it depends. You just step up there and you hope for the best. I can get in the mid-80s if I'm lucky, but usually I'm just praying to break 100. I'm a good sport about it, I just don't want to hit anyone with a golf ball. That's my number 1 priority." Clark currently plays off a handicap of 16, and has vowed to use the offseason to get down to single figures. In the build-up to the Pro-Am, she has taken lessons from LPGA teaching professional Martha Foyer Faulkner. And her teacher duly praised her dedication to trying to improve, arguing she showed the same traits on the golf course as she did on the court. "She is just as attentive on the golf course as she is on the basketball court," she said. "It is part of her DNA." On Tuesday, Clark also spoke openly about why she relished the challenge of her new hobby. "It's so different to basketball and that's why I love it," she said. "It's individual, it's a challenge, especially mentally. That's what's so beautiful about golf." It remains to be seen whether Clark's quest to improve will be scuppered by the new 3v3 unrivaled league. The star is yet to confirm whether she'll accept a lucrative offer to play in the new format that gets underway in January. League bosses have confirmed the star has been approached, following her incredible WNBA campaign. Clark broke the all-time league assists record as well as the previous rookie points scoring marker. Her feats made it inevitable she would claim the Rookie of the Year prize at the end of the season. She was also selected in the WNBA All-Star team by organizers. The Indiana Fever entered the offseason with a great move, hiring Stephanie White. But there's still a big issue hanging over the team that even White agrees with. The team's roster is young. And the only veteran they have? That would be Kelsey Mitchell. But, and this is a big but, she enters unrestricted free agency. However, there might be a little more hope for a reunion than we thought. In a birthday carousel she posted recently, the guard included a few photos of herself in her Fever jersey. To fans, this subtle nod seemed like a sign that Mitchell could be gearing up to stay in Indy. And after 7 seasons, following a career-best year with rookies Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, it's not hard to see why fans are hoping she'll return. Together, Mitchell, Clark, and Boston propelled the Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016. The trio came together and were instrumental in the team's success, so it's no surprise that fans want to see this chemistry continue. Mitchell's leadership and experience made a huge impact. Indiana's GM, Lynn Dunn, has made it clear that Mitchell is on their list. In fact, Dunn told 107.5 The Fan in a radio interview that resigning Mitchell makes it to the top. The Fever is doing everything they can to keep the star guard in Indianapolis. Kelsey is our biggest priority, Dunn said. She's been such a key part of the team's success, and we'll be doing everything we can to bring her back. Moreover, Kelly Krauskopf, who's returning to the Fever after a 7-year hiatus, is also involved. Krauskopf will be leading the charge on Mitchell's negotiations. The Fever is serious about keeping their number 0, and they're bringing in the big guns to make sure it happens. And fans can't wait to find out. As Kelsey Mitchell shared the birthday post, fans let their speculations run. One pointed out how the pictures in Mitchell's Fever uniform might just be a good sign, saying, "Fever uniform pics are a good sign, I'd say." Considering the timing of this post, it's easy to see why fans are holding onto this as a potential indicator. Well, it's been tough for the Hooper, especially after losing her father earlier in the year, which caused a brief pause in her season. But with the team doing so well and Mitchell being at the forefront after being here for so many years, the possibilities are high. Then there's the fan who couldn't help but get excited. Oh my God, did it happen? Fever uniform, you can feel the anticipation, and this also comes from the fact that the legendary trio has kept fans hooked. And if the 29-year-old returns, this could be a dream team. Caitlin Clark has become a household name when it comes to basketball after turning her stunning NCAA career into a stellar rookie campaign in the WNBA. While many view it as a natural progression for the 22-year-old, it all could have been very different had she gone down a different path when she was younger. Although Clark is gifted on the court, she was a multi-sport athlete growing up. As a result, she had to make a choice, and although she loved to play soccer and was very good at it, she decided basketball was the sport for her. "I grew up playing everything and I was super competitive, so my parents kind of just tossed me out there and wanted me to get my energy out, whether it was soccer, softball, golf, track. I really did it all," Clark said at the Women's Leadership Summit ahead of playing at the Annika while sitting down with Annika Sorenstam. "In high school, I played soccer and I was on varsity and I loved it. But my teammates would get mad because I would go and practice and work out and do basketball after school right before we had our soccer games, and they couldn't believe that I was doing that. So I eventually had to give up soccer even though I loved it." It likely doesn't come as a surprise that Clark was very gifted when on the soccer field. She famously became the first freshman to make it to first-team All-State thanks to scoring 26 goals in just 6 games. Clark played in so few games because she was off winning a gold medal at the FIBA Under-16 Americas Championship in Argentina. Her former coach, and even her father, believe she would have made the same impact in the world of soccer as she has in basketball. "When I got into high school, I kinda knew basketball was my future and I loved it and I wanted to practice," said Clark. "I wanted to get better at it, I wanted to spend time working on my game, and that's probably what set that apart from all the other sports I played. It was for fun, I was really competitive about it, but I didn't take extra time out of my day and go and work on my game and be better." Halliburton, who led the Pacers to an Eastern Conference Finals run last season, has become a prominent figure in Indiana sports. Averaging an impressive 20.1 points and 10.9 assists per game, he's elevated the Pacers' aspirations, and his leadership on and off the court has garnered respect around the league. Clark, fresh off a phenomenal rookie year, posted standout stats of her own, with 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game, making her a frontrunner for WNBA Rookie of the Year honors. Beyond individual achievements, both players represent a surge of optimism for Indiana's basketball community. While Halliburton's Pacers are pushing to establish themselves in the NBA's competitive Eastern Conference, Clark's efforts with the Fever have already catalyzed a significant turnaround for the team, even if the season ended with a coaching shakeup as Christy Sides departed. With Stephanie White now set to lead the Fever in 2025, Clark's journey will continue to be one to watch, especially as she navigates her first few years in the league. Fans are eager to see if her off-court connections with established NBA stars like Halliburton will influence her approach on the court. For now, Clark and Halliburton's friendship is adding an extra layer of excitement to Indiana basketball. As both players continue to excel, their shared moments in the spotlight offer fans glimpses into the personalities behind the talent, reminding everyone that sometimes, the greatest plays happen when the game clock isn't running. NCAA National Championship runner-up Iowa is unranked in the latest AP poll, which highlights the incredible impact of WNBA stud Caitlin Clark. Back in 2023, Clark enjoyed a record-breaking spell at Iowa, leading the Hawkeyes to back-to-back national championship appearances while departing college as the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history. She took the sports world by storm recently, headlining a talented class of 2024 that attracted record audiences and attention to the WNBA. The #1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, Clark dominated on the court, finishing as the WNBA Rookie of the Year after posting 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and a league-leading 8.4 assists per game. However, with the Indiana Fever eliminated in the first round of the playoffs, Clark is now in her first professional off-season. While she is enjoying her time off, her alma mater has tipped off the 2024-25 college basketball season. On Monday, Iowa followed a win over NU by triumphing 71-52 over Virginia Tech. Among the supporters were Iowa alum Gabby Marshall and Kate Martin, who snapped a photo with Hawkeyes forward Jada Jayamfi after the victory. While Iowa are 2-0 to start the season, they were left out of the AP Top 25 poll. The Hawkeyes were national championship finalists in back-to-back years and won 3 Big Ten titles with Clark, whose number 22 jersey was retired by the program, on the court. However, they are now just outside the top 25, which may not come as a surprise to LSU head coach Kim Mulkey. Back in April in a rematch of the 2023 title game in the Elite Eight, Clark scored 41 points and 12 assists to take down LSU. As a result, Mulkey raved about the guard. "She's just a generational player and she just makes everybody around her better," Mulkey said. "That's what the great ones do. I think they had a kid that scored 21 and 18. Clark had 12 assists. Caitlin Clark is not going to beat you by herself. It's what she does to make those other teammates better that helps her score points and them score points to beat you." The LSU coach is certainly not wrong. Clark stormed to the Rookie of the Year award while leading the Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016, and Mulkey will be pleased to see the back of the generational talent even with her Tigers losing Angel Reese to the same draft. Clark less Iowa, who are also without Kate Martin after she was selected in the second round of the 2024 WNBA draft by the Las Vegas Aces, are next in action against 1-0 Toledo on Wednesday, November 13.